Hello everyone, welcome to Pathway to Beyond Success. In today's video, I am going to explain the Redis database from basic to advanced. Before starting, I want to say that it will be even more beneficial if you practice the code while watching. And if you haven't subscribed my channel, then please subscribe it and hit the bell icon so that you will not miss any update. And if you like this video, then please give this video a thumbs up. So let's start with the question, what is Redis? So Redis stands for Remote Dictionary Server. It is an open source in-memory key value store that is used as a database, cache and message broker. Let me break it down for you. Like unlike traditional database that store data on disk, Redis store data in memory like in RAM. This makes it super fast with response time in microseconds. It supports simple key value pair like a dictionary, but also advanced data structure like lists, set, hashes, and more. Redis is widely used for caching, real-time leaderboards, chat applications, and even AI workloads. Popular companies like Twitter, Instagram, Uber, and GitHub use Redis for high-performance tasks. Now the question comes, why should you learn Redis? What makes it better than other database? Here are the three major reasons because of which we should learn Redis. First, speed. Since Redis is an in-memory database, it is 100 times faster than the traditional database like MySQL and PostgreSQL. Second, scalability and high performance. Redis supports replication. You can distribute your database across multiple servers. Third, versatile use cases. It is used for session management, caching, real-time analytics, leaderboard, or even AI ML workloads. Now we will see the key features of Redis. First, in-memory storage. It keeps all the data in RAM, making it incredibly fast. Second, support multiple data types. Unlike traditional key value stores, Redis supports string, list, set, hashes, and many other data types. Third, persistent option. You can save data to disk for backup and recovery. Fourth, replication and clustering. It supports master-slave replication for high availability. Fourth, atomic operation and transaction. It supports data integrity. So now we will come to the practical part. Redis has 16 database indexed from 0 to 15 and each database is isolated. Like the key value stored in one database do not interfere with the another database, and we can switch in between the database with the help of select keyword. So now let's start. So for to interact with Redis server, you will have to run this command redis CLI. No, R is small. Redis. So select 1, select 2, select 0. So in this way you can switch in between the different databases. As I have already mentioned, there are 15 databases in Redis. So now you have selected database 0. So now set key A, B, C. Now get key. The key value is getting returned. Now switch to different database. Select A and set the same key to different value B, C, D. Now you will get this key, then it will return B, C, D. Now switch to D 0 and get this key, then you will get this A, B, C. So for same key you can set different value in different database. See the working of different operations. Okay, so set name Alish. So the name value has set it to Alish. So for to get this name, you will have to run this command get name. Okay. Now if you want to update this name, so you will have to set this to different value. Like here, I'm setting it to Bob. And now if you run this get name, you will get Bob. Now we will set expiration to a key. So set session ID, this. We have created a session. We will set expiration. So for that, expire session ID 20 seconds. So it will set the expiry of this key to 20 seconds. We can see this through the TTL. TTL session ID, it's returning 15. That means 15 seconds has remained to get this key expired. Now 7 seconds has remained. Now you get this session ID, it's returned. Now you are saying it's showing nil. It means it has expired. Now it's showing -2 seconds has remained. Now if we want to set key if key does not exist, then we will have to use nx keyword. Okay, so let's set username and giving this value to temp23 nx. So yeah, here is set it. Now get username, then it's showing this. Now again we will try to set this username but different value. Okay, now let's take abc23 not exist. Now it's showing nil, that means it hasn't set it. So not exist will set only when user does not exist. Okay, it's showing the previous username. Okay, now we will see delete. It remove the key and its value. Okay, so first set email abc@123. Now if you get this email, yeah, it's returning this email. Now delete this email with this del keyword. Now if you get this email, then it will return nil. Yeah, that means that keyword has deleted. Okay, now if we want to delete multiple key, then let's create another number, let's say, and I'm setting this to this, and now let's create number 2. So set number 2 this. Now if we want to delete these two at the same time, we will have to create this del number 2. So now both has deleted at the same time. So if we run this get number nil, get number 2 nil, that means. So now if we want to check the existence of any key, then we will have to use exist keyword. Okay, now exist number, not exists number 0, because number hasn't exist. Okay, we have deleted it. Now exist username, yeah, it's showing it returning 1, that means username exists. Okay, now see the working of a string in Redis. Okay, a string is the most basic type in Redis. It stores simple key value pair and can hold text, number, or even serialized objects. Okay, so let's start with set and get. Okay, so set city New York. Yeah, New York has set it to this. Get city you will run, then it will return the key, the value of this city. Okay, now set this city to London. Okay, to city we have set it. Now if we want to get this two city at the same time, that means multiple get, then you will have to use this keyword mget. So mget city2. Yeah, it's returning both city at the same time. So now if you want to multiple set, that here you have said multiple get. Now if you want to multiple key to set, then you will have to use multiple mset. Okay, mset city3 to Patna and city4 to Amritsar. So at the same time it's setting city3 and city4 both. So you can see multiple get city, city2, city3, city4. So it will return, yeah, 4 city, all 4 city it's returning. For to get the number of character in a string, we will use strlen. Okay, so strlen city, it's returning, yeah, the length of this New York. Okay, because the city New York. Okay, so you can see 4 and 3 7 and ek space 8, it's returning 8. Okay, so okay, now if you want to set multiple key but only if all of them do not exist, then we will have to use mset. Yeah, it's setting, that means user1 and user2 both not exist. Now let's try to set again, but user1 I'm using again mset user1 ram. So user3 not exist, but user1 already exists, so it will not set. Here it's returning 0, that means it hasn't set it. You can see through this, like get user1, it's returning the previous one what we have set it, that is al. Okay, now we will see the working of append. Okay, so like append user1 dev. So previously user1 was Alice, now it would be Alice dev. Yeah, it's returning Alice dev. Now let's see the working of increment and decrement operator of any counter. Okay, so first let's set the count to 10, and if you want to increase this counter, then you will have to use this keyword incr count. So it will increase it, the value. Yeah, it's increasing it to 11. Okay, now for to decrease this count, you will have to use this keyword decr count, then it will decrease again to back to 10. Okay, so now if you want to increase it by particular number, then you will have to use this keyword decrease by. So decrease by count 5, then now the value will be 5. Okay, the get count, now it's returning 5. Similarly, if you want to increase it by a particular number, you will have to use increase by keyword. Okay, I will increase to 25. You can see get count. Yeah, it's returning 25. Similarly, you can increase it by a floating number. Okay, so like for that you will have to use increase by float keyword. Okay, increase by float count 2.5. Okay, so now the value would be 27.5. Now if we want to delete the key but want to retrieve the value first, then want to delete the key, then we will have to use get del keyword. Okay, so now let's see, set session active. Okay, and get del session, so it's returning the value of the session. Now if you'll get this key, then it will return nil. Yeah, it's returning nil. Now set this session again and get this session. Yeah, it's setting. If you want to retrieve the value first, then want to update, then you will have to use get set keyword. Okay, so get set session not active. This time I have set it to not active. So now it will set this. So if you want to retrieve a portion of a string based on index position, then we will have to use get range. Okay, so first set to work Redis database. I've set it this work to Redis database. Now get work 0 to, sorry, get range work 0 to 2. So from index 0 to 2, this red string substring it will return. For to get the LCS, we will have to use this LCS command. Okay, first set work 2 MongoDB, then set work 3 monkey, and then for to get the LCS of this 2 string, we will have to use LCS work 2 work 3. Yeah, this it's returning mon. You can see mon is the prefix of this and this as well, so it is the LCS. Okay, after that there is no any matching character in between this 2 string, so here it's returning the LCS. Now we will see the operation related to hashes. Hash is a collection of field value pairs similar to a dictionary or JSON objects. Actually, it's useful for storing user profile or structured data. Okay, now let's add a field value pair to a hash. Okay, so let's start h set user 101. Here user 101 differentiate different user. Then I'm setting this name to Alice, age 25, city New York. So this user has created with this flowing key value pair. Now for to get the detail of this user, we can use h get user 101 what did. So yeah, it's returning the name. If you want to fetch all detail of this user, then we will have to use h get all. Then we will have to specify the username which all detail want to fetch. Yeah, you are seeing here all detail has fetched. Now if you want to delete any key value pair of the user, then for that you will have to use h del, like here h del, then specify the user and then which key you want to delete, like age. Now if you get the detail of this user, then age would be missing. See here name and city is mentioned here, age is missing. Okay, now if you want to check the existence of any key, okay, so here age exists, user, then age, so it's returning 0, that means age is missing. Now if we check for name, age exists, user 101, then name, yeah, it's returning 1, that means name exists. Okay, now if you want to set any key value pair, then you will have to use h set, then username, then which key you want to set and what value you want to set, 30. Now age has set it to 30. Now you can see with the help of h get all keyword, h get all, then which user detail you want to fetch. Okay, now here you are saying age is here. So now if you want to increase a key value by a particular number, then you will have to use this h increase by. Okay, then at which number you want to increase, here it is 20. Okay, now the age has increased to 50. You can see here age get all here. Nice. Okay, now age get all, this user will return the all detail of this user. Now again increase the age by 20 here, age increase this user age, yeah, it's showing age is 70. Okay, now you can increase it by a floating number as well. For to that you will have to use h increase by float keyword. Okay, so h increase by float, then which username, and then which key you want to increase and at which what value. you want to increase, that is 20.5. So the age would be 90.5. See, h get all, then username, yeah, the age has changed to 90.5. Okay, so now if you want to fetch all key of any user, then you will have to use h keys. Okay, h keys and then username. Now it's fetching all the keys, name, city and age. Similarly, if you want to fetch all values of a user, then you will have to use h vals, then username whose value you want to fetch. Okay, so here it's Alish, New York and 90.5, that means corresponding value of which key has fetched here. Okay, and now if you want to fetch the number of key is there in a hash, then you will have to use hlen. Okay, so hlen and then username. Okay, so it's returning 3 here, that means there is 3 field. Okay, if you want to set any key, only if that key is not exist, then you will have to use hset nx command, not exist command. Okay, so hset nx, then username and then key, like I want to set for country and the country name. Okay, sorry, here is not r, t, h set nx, then username and then country. Okay, country set to India, yeah, it's setted, India has setted. Now let's again try to set this with different value, and then this time I want to set this country to USA. It's showing 0, that means it hasn't setted because this country key has already exist. Okay, and this hset nx command will set only when the key will not present. Now if you want to fetch the length of any string, then you will have to use hstrlen. Okay, so hstrlen, then the username and then country. So here you see the country is India, so here the length of India, that means number of character in India is 5, so that's why it's returning 5 here. Now we will see operation related to list. Okay, so list is an ordered collection of strings that support operation like push, pop and range query. Okay, so let's start with inserting element in a list. Okay, so for that we will use al push command. Okay, al push, then list name and the element you want to push. Okay, so a b c. Okay, now it's pushed, 3 element has pushed, and for to fetch the element of list, you will have to use l range. Okay, so l range, then the list name and then 0 to -1. Actually -1 is the last index, that means you want to fetch all element of the list. Okay, so yeah, it's fetching c b a. Okay, so now if you want to fetch some index on some elements only, then you will have to specify the range, like l range my list, and then you want to fetch up to index 1. So yeah, it's returning c and b. Actually here it's insert in reverse order, like I have inserted a b c, then it will insert c b a. The sequence is just reverse, so that's why c is at 0th index and b is at 1th index. Okay, yeah, so now if you want to push this from right, so for that I will use rpop. Okay, so rpop my list, so it will pop the right element. Okay, so here cba, a is the rightmost element, so it will delete r. Okay, now you can see a is not here. Okay, now for to insert any element before any other element, then you will have to use l insert, then my list and then before keyword. Okay, before, then you have to specify the element before which you want to insert and then which element you want to insert. So here d should be insert before b. So yeah, you can see here d is here before b. Okay, so same if you want, let's insert e before b, then l range my list 0 to -1. Yeah, e is here before b. Okay, so now let's talk about trim command. Okay, so l trim my list, then specify the range of index of which you want to trim. Okay, let's trim it from 0 to 2. Okay, so 0 to 2, that means c d e. It should it's showing c d e. Okay, now we will see the operation bl move. Bl move command will move an element from one list to another and block if no element are available. Okay, so let's create another list, l push my list xyz. Okay, so yeah, l range my list to 0 to 1. Yeah, it's returning second list has created, and this is the first list. Now we will move element from one list to another. Okay, so for that we will use l bl move, then the my list, then my list to left to right, and then 5, that means timer is 5. So from list my list to my list right location. Yeah, here c has came at the rightmost position. Okay, and you can see in list 1, that means my list, c has removed from here. Okay, so in this way bl move command work. Now we will see operation related to lindex command. Lindex, that means you want to fetch the element of any index. Okay, so you will have to specify the index number. Okay, so lindex my list 2 and then index number 1, that means the element at this index I want to fetch. Yeah, it's returning y. Here you are seeing y is at first index. Okay, yeah. So now let's insert more element x and y. Insert my list 2, like before x I want to insert w. So yeah, 5 element. Now there are 5 element is there in the list. You can see here as well lrange command. Yeah, w has inserted before x. Okay, now for to get the length of any list we will use len command. Okay, len and then the list name whose length you wanna fetch. Now lrange my list 2 0 to -1. Now if you want to fetch the position of any element, then you will have to use this keyword lpos, position. Now if you want to push element only when list exists, then you will have to use this command lpush x. Okay, lpush x, then the list name and the element you want to push, p. Yeah, it's inserted. Now it's leftmost position on the now if you try to insert it in different list, let's say a list which did not exist. Okay, so l push x my list 3 and then p. Okay, yeah, it's returning 0. That means p hasn't inserted in this list because list does not exist, and this command will help to insert the element only when that list exists. Okay, so yeah, you can say my list 3, it's returning empty array. That means this list does not exist. Okay, so now I'll set my list to 0 q. Okay, so this command will help to insert element at 0th position. Okay, so 0th position. So now it will update this p to q. You can say, yeah, I'll set command, it will update this p to q. Okay, now if you want to trim this list, then you will have to use ltrim command. Okay, ltrim, then specify the list name you want to trim, and then the range from where to where you want to trim. Okay, so 1 2 3. Now you can see my list has trimmed z y w. This 3 element is there in the list because it has trimmed. So now we will see different data structure of Redis, that is set. Set is an unordered collection of unique element. Okay, it's great for tracking unique elements like user IDs in a contest and all. Okay, so now let's start with adding and retrieving element in the set. So for to add element in set, you will have to use sadd command. Okay, so sadd, then specify the set name and the element you want to add, a b c. So this 3 element has inserted in the set. Now for to get the element of set, you will have to use smembers command. Okay, smembers, then specify the set name. Yeah, it's returning a b c. Okay, so now if you want to insert this a again, a is already there, and you know there should not be any duplicate element inside the set. So let's try to add sadd, then set name my set and then a. Yeah, it's returning 0. That means a hasn't added because a is already there in the set. You can see smembers only one times a is there. Okay, now if you want to fetch the number of element inside the set, so for that you will have to use scard command. Okay, scard, then the set name. Yeah, it's returning 3. There are 3 elements inside the set. Okay, now if you want to fetch is there any element is present in the set or not, then for that you will have to use is member command. Okay, so like here is member, then the set name and then a is member or not. Yeah, it's returning 1, a is member. Let's try something which is not present in the set, like x. So yeah, it's returning 0. That means x is not present in the set. Okay, so now I will perform multiple set operation. Okay, so let's create 2 set. First sadd set 1. For this I am want element a B, C. Now create set 2 is add set 2. Now the elements would be B, C, T. Now let's perform union operation between these two set. Okay, for that you will have to use this command is union, then specify the set name, set 1, set 2. Yeah, it's returning the 4 element because these 4 element are the union of this element of set A and set B. Similarly, if you want to find the intersection within these two set, then you will have to use S INTR intersection, then set 1, set 2. Yeah, this B and C, it's returning B and C because B and C is common in between these two set. Okay, now for to fit the difference between this set, you will have to use S difference command. Okay, so S DIFF difference set 1, set 2. So now it will return set 1 minus set 2. That means the common element will get removed from set A. So now only A will be remained. Nice. Similarly, you can store this union or intersection or difference between this set in a particular set. So for that you will have to use a store keyword. Okay, so like if you want to store the intersection between these two set, so for that you will have to use S inter, that is intersection, and then store. Okay, then you will have to specify the set name in which you want to store the intersection, and then set 1 and set 2. So what it will does, it will fetch the intersection between these two set and will store those intersection element in this interset set. Okay, so now you can fetch the member of this set. So here it will return, yeah, is members inter set. Yeah, it's returning B and C because this two is common in between these two set. Okay, now same you can store the union as well. For that you should have used S union, then store, then union set, then set 1, set 2. So it will store the union of these two set in union set. Okay, so see the member of this set as members union set. Yeah, so now if you want to pop element from sets, for that you will have to use is pop command. Okay, is pop set 2. This will delete a random element from set 2. Okay, you can see D is a random element, just which is at position 3 and index 2. It's just a random element. Okay, yeah. So now you can see the member of set 2 is members set 2. Yeah, D has removed from here. Okay, now if you want to fetch a random element from any set, for that you will have to use is rand member command. Okay, so s rand member set 2. Yeah, it's returning a random element A. Nice. Now we are done with all operation related to set. Now we will see operation related to sorted set. It is similar to set but with an associated score for each element, which allow a sorted retrieval. It is great for leaderboard. Okay, so let's start with adding element. Okay, so how we will add element? So for to add element, we use here z add. Okay, so z add, then leaderboard, this is sorted set name, and then the score, and then let's say 100 for player 1, 200 for player 2, and 300 for player 3. So now our sorted set has created. So for to get the elements along with their score, we will use z range command. Okay, so z range, then the leaderboard, then from start to end 0 to -1 with scores. So it will return element with a score. So here you are seeing player 100, player 2 200, and player 3 300, but it's returning in ascending order. If you want it in descending order, so for that you will have to use this command z reverse range. Okay, so z reverse range, then sorted set name, leader board, and then 0 to -1. Yeah, you are seeing it's returning in reverse order. First player 3, then player 2, then player 1, but here it's not returning the score. If you want to return a score as well, then you will have to use with a score command. Okay, so with a score. So here you are seeing it's also showing the score. Okay, so now if you want to fetch a score of any particular player, so for that you will have to use z score command. Okay, so z score, then specify the sorted set name, and then player 2. So it's returning 200. So a score of player 2 is 200. Okay, yeah. Now if you want to fetch the size of leaderboard, like size of sorted set, how many element is there in this sorted set, so for that you will have to use z card command. Okay, so z card leaderboard. So yeah, it's returning 3 because there are 3 players in the sorted set. Okay, so now if you want to fetch the rank of any element, So for that you will have to use zrank command. Okay, so like here zrank, then sorted set name, and whose rank you want to find out, like player 1. Yeah, it's returning 0 because player 1 is at first position, that means 0 index, that means it's 0 rank. Okay, yeah. So now if you want to find out the number of element in between a particular range, so for that you will have to use count command. Okay, so count, then specify the sorted set name, and then specify the range in between you want to find the number of element, like in between the 100 to 220. So in between 100 to 220 there are two elements, player 1 and player 2, so that's why it's returning 2. Okay, if you want to fetch the element which is present in between the range, not want only count. Okay, if you want to fetch the element, so for that you will have to use zrange by a score command. Okay, so zrange by a score, then specify the sorted set name, then specify the range. Okay, 100 to 220. So here it's showing player 1 and player 2 is in between this two range. Okay, yeah. So now if you want to increase the score of any player, then you will have to use z increase by command. Okay, so z increase by, then specify the sorted set name, then specify the number by which you want to increase. So I want to increase by 50, this player 1. So yeah, the player 1 has score has increased to 150. Now you can see zrange leaderboard 02 minus 1 with score. Okay, yeah, the player 1 has a score of player 1 has increased to 150. Nice. So now if you want to remove any player, so for that you will have to use rem command. Okay, rem se remove. Okay, so rem remove, yeah, it's removed. Okay, now you can see zrange leaderboard 01 yeah. So now if you want to fetch the top player, so for that you will have to use zrange store command. Okay, so zrange store, then specify the sorted set name in which you want to store the top player. Okay, and then specify the leaderboard sorted set, and then 0 to 0. So let me explain this command. Okay, so in this leaderboard from index 0 to 0 it will fetch element 0 to 0, that means it will fetch the first element which came in ascending order, and it will store in top player sorted set. Okay, nice. So you can see the element of this top player sorted set. So zrange top player 0 to -1, yeah, it's returning player 1 is at top. Similarly you can fetch the two topmost player. Okay, so for that you will have to use zrange store top player leaderboard 0 to 1. Okay, so now there would be two topmost element you will get. You can see yeah, here player 1 and player 3 is showing. Now if you want to perform operation like intersection operation between two sorted set, then for that you will have to use inter command. Okay, so let's see. First let's create another sorted set. Add leaderboard 2, and then 120 for player 1, 190 for player 10, 200 for player 12. So, okay, so you can see player 1 is common in both sorted set. So let's see. So for get the intersection we will use inter command, and on how like specify the number of set, and then leaderboard and leaderboard 2. So whatever the intersection element between these two, it will return that. So here it's returning player 1, that means player 1 is common in both sorted set. Nice. Similarly you can see the union as well. So union specify the number of sorted set, and then leaderboard 2, yeah, it's returning player 10, player 12, player 1 and player 3. Player 1 is coming only once because it is common in both. Nice. rand number, then leaderboard, yeah, then it will return a random element player 1. Okay, similarly for leader 2, yeah, it's returning a random element. So thank you very much. If you liked this video, then please give this video a thumbs up. Thank you.